Okay, ready? All right, so for this exercise, person A will do what Ron was doing. So he'll get to present a simple outcome that is expressed in just a few words. 3 or 4 words is great because you want to be able to presuppose it in a longer sentence. Now, if the outcome is something like, say, I want to lose 20 pounds or something like that, then you might want to presuppose something behavioral instead. So, for example, what I want is to eat more healthy foods. So presuppose something that can lead towards that outcome. And now, in addition, it's possible to presuppose for something like losing 20 pounds, I can't presuppose that into the present very well, can I? So now that you have lost 20 pounds, blah, 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 the person's not going to buy that. So you can also presuppose it into the future. So when you have reached your desired weight, might be a more effective way to say it. When you have reached your desired weight, how will you most appreciate the weight that you are at, as an example? We could also presuppose into the present the capability of getting there. So since you already are the sort of person who is able to modify your behaviors, notice how easily it can happen that you change the behaviors that allow you to attain your desired weight, or something along those lines. So I can presuppose into the present the capability of getting there. So those would be a couple of examples. Sometimes if your outcome is something along those lines, it's worth fussing with the outcome a little bit to presuppose something related to what they said, but that is more something achievable or verifiable. Does that make sense? As opposed to presupposing something they're just going to disagree with. Just because I presuppose something doesn't necessarily mean that you buy it. If I say, okay, so which of your red Mercedes do you like the best? So is anybody who actually now believes that you have multiple red Mercedes? We hope not, right? So if I presuppose something that you totally know is not true, then you're just going to reject the presupposition. So now, then person B does what I did, which is to use all the forms to presuppose the outcome. And by the way, it's totally unimportant if you remember any of the things that I said in the demonstration in terms of demonstrating examples of the presuppositional forms, because your unconscious mind absorbed them and you have more examples in your notes. So there's totally no need whatsoever to remember any of that at a conscious level. Okay, now as I am using these forms, then I, person B, and my partner, person C, are going to notice, first of all, did I actually use the form that I was wanting to use? Or did I use some other form? So if I did not use the form I intended to use, then I'll just do it again. And again, it's no big deal. Just feel free to blurt it out and then go back and look at it. It's more effective than trying to construct the whole sentence in advance. Just open your mouth and let the words fall out, and then go back and check and modify it if you need to. Now, in using the form, I'm going to also notice, did I presuppose the outcome with the form? So for example, one of the forms is subordinate clauses of time. Let's take that one. It's number 2 in your notes, which start on page 23, by the way. So if my outcome is to be motivated, then in order to presuppose that with this form, I'm going to say, so after you have been motivated, what would you like to do next, or whatever? Or what difference will it make for you, or however you want to finish the sentence. That presupposes that I'm going to be motivated. But if I say, so after this class, do you think you'll be motivated? Am I presupposing the outcome there? No. What am I presupposing with the form? Yes. I'm presupposing that you're in class. So that doesn't help us. We already know that. So we want to be sure to presuppose the outcome using the form and not just something that doesn't matter. And then, of course, calibrate for processing, shifts. Is the person accepting the presupposition? Are they rejecting the presupposition? What do you notice there? At the end, of course, as always, person A can give brief feedback as to their experience. Now, we're going to have most of the rest of the day for this, so which will be nice, I think. You've been sitting plenty long. It'd be nice to do something. And so we'll get together at about 10 till. It won't take long to wrap this up. It's pretty straightforward. So we'll take roughly 24, 25 minutes per person, and we'll let you know when it's time to rotate. How's that? Okay. Now, 24 to 25 minutes, probably closer to 24, but we'll figure out the math as soon as you're in your groups. And now one more thing also is if you get all the way through this and you still have more time, then as a stretch, pick any two of these presuppositions and see what happens if you put them both into the same sentence. If you kind of stack them one on top of another. So that's a fun stretch to do after having done it the simple way. Okay, our furry friends agree. Now, go ahead and go for it. We'll let you know when to rotate and enjoy.